Okay, I think I'm live. I think things are going right now. Thank you for making it the 1 minute and 11 seconds in. Um, Trying to get things set up here. Streaming is not as easy as you think. Um, but today we'll be talking about something that just came in the mail today. The Leatherman Juice CS4. Let's try to get that a little closer for you guys so you can see it. This is a discontinued multi-tool from Leatherman, which leaves a lot of us befuddled because this is an absolutely wonderful multi-tool. It is very similar in size to the currently running SOG Power Pint and the Victorinox Swiss Champ. I think it's more closer to the Power Pint than it is to the Swiss Champ, but for many reasons I want to say that this is Leatherman's attempt at a Swiss Army knife, American style, with being plier based rather than knife based. You know, Victorinox is great, but they have a lot of knife based multi tools. I know they make multi tools that are plier based because I carry a Swiss Tool X, which is this big old bad boy here. But that's not the reason of the video. Reason of the video is 3 small multi tools everyone should know. 2 of these you can buy today. Go to most websites, Amazon, even the companies themselves' websites, and buy these. This is going for about $45. This is going for about $70 to $80, depending on where you get it. And these are awesome multi-tools. I've carried both of these for almost 2 years now. These things are this one over 2 years, this one almost 2 years. Absolutely freaking wonderful. And this guy is kind of this gray area in between. I think it's absolutely unique. I think it's, with it being European friendly, I'm wondering why Leatherman quit, because European knife walls are crazy and stupid, but they do allow non-locking knife blades and stuff, and nothing on this tool locks. I added this corkscrew when this arrived. I took that from my Swiss Tool Deluxe set and wanted to see if it fit here, which it does, a little loosely, but that's better than being too snug. It fits, and now I've got an eyeglass screwdriver. I don't wear eyeglasses, but my parents do, and it's good to have a little screwdriver to fix those up now and then. This is also like the first multi-tool that I've seen that does not have a ruler on it. The Power Pint's ruler sucks. You know, it's this janky little thing that they say is a ruler. Doesn't really work. Victorinox has a ruler, and this one is actually decent. And you have inches on one side, centimeters on the other. This one actually works. But most of the time you get a multi-tool with a ruler, it don't work. The next one that does work is the Swiss Tool, which is great. But yeah, like, I am glad that they didn't go the extra effort to put in a useless ruler. It would have been nice if they put in a good ruler, but at least they did not put in a useless ruler. The scissors on this are better than the SOG scissors. Looking through the camera here has me mixed up a little bit. There we go. These are definitely the biggest scissors of the 3. And I still think Victorinox has more trim and precision to their scissors, which makes them work better. But these things will glide right through papers, no trouble at all. As you can see, nice clean cuts. Good size, good for grooming maintenance. And they even have like a little, if the camera will focus, there's like a little bit here at the tip, which is like micro serrated, which is really cool. Smooth most of the way up, and then it's micro serrated, which is kind of an interesting combo here. We have the corkscrew and the cork helper, which, if you've got a wine bottle, you put this on the edge of your wine bottle, and you can use the leverage to pull the cork up, which is kind of a neat concept. Not a wine drinker myself, but that's supposedly how it works. Those are the scissors. I just got this a little bit ago. I'm still learning this tool. the awl on this. These guys have better awls than the Juice. This is blunt. This is not what I would consider an awl. It's like a reamer and sewing needle. But if you're dealing with wood on the campsite, I do think this would be a good awl. I do think it would work on wood quite well. Oh, hi. Thanks for joining Eonan's Edge. If you don't know him, go check his channel out. He's a great YouTuber. The saw is a little bit shorter than the Victorinox saw. But I still think a lot of this stuff that Victorinox does, they do better than Leatherman on many things. But the only thing Leatherman does better in some aspects, I think, are knife blades and pliers. The rest of it, I think Victorinox takes the cake. But that just folds right in quite nicely. The main knife blade on this guy is in the middle ground of all three of these multi-tools. Pop that there, pop that there. It's kind of like right smack in the middle. And it's a good size. This is kind of like a convex grind, where when you're looking at the edge like this, the whole side is curved like that. It's more of a flat grind, but it's kind of like a convex. This is a flat grind where it's just flat from the spine to the edge. And then this is a concave grind, which means that it's scalloped and curved out like so, which makes this a very slicey blade out of these. But I got this on eBay for pretty cheap. They usually go for about $80 on eBay. If you're paying more than $80 for this, look somewhere else. For those of you just joining in, this is a discontinued Leatherman multi-tool. It's been discontinued for several years now. This is the Leatherman Juice, and there are multiple styles of this multi-tool. I happen to have the Juice CS4. It's a great little beast of a knife. Pocketable and very much a tip of the hat to your Swiss Army knife for what it does. This is just kind of a rant video. I've already made a review video, which I'm going to post later, but I just had to talk about this live in a video that form that I'm not good with my thoughts. I have things all muddled together. This is just kind of a rant, review, ramble video. Let me check the chat over here for just a second. Pin message. Eonan's Edge, you are now a moderator. Good. Have fun next time you want to chat. You can add links to your channel, Instagram posts, whatever. Have fun. Spread the word. But this is a very slim, trim, clean multi-tool for what it is. Like, the smooth sides to it make it look a little less robust in some ways than the Power Pint here with its squared off little bits. You're welcome. Have fun. Post links. You have power. It'd be cool if they could add scale tools to this, like little tweezers, little toothpick. But yeah, like this is a great little guy. I'm definitely going to carry this some. I'm going to try to give like a 1 month down the road review carry or something or at least a week. I'm going to try to carry this at least a freaking week before I give like complete thoughts. Is this good? Is this bad? I've handled multi-tools a lot, and I like to think I can look at one and see, oh, this is going to work, this is not going to work. I've handled these for years, you know. It's just, but I want to give an honest opinion, and give an honest opinion, I feel like I need at least a week of regular use for this guy. If you're looking to get a small EDC multi-tool for under $100, any one of these is going to be wonderful. I personally, out of the three, I recommend the Power Pint. I know there's some people out here that hate SOG and what they do, and I've looked at their bigger multi-tools. I'm not going to argue, The bigger multi-tools look a little weak, a lot weak with the lock mechanisms. Like the handles just get so thin on the big multi-tools, but this guy's so small, the metal's just thick enough that I have bared down with this guy and I haven't broken it yet. This is a great tool. Highly recommend getting one. Everything on here is small but not too small. It's just big enough to be functional and usable without feeling constricted. And it's the only one of these three that has interchangeable quarter-inch bit systems. You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, and buy quarter-inch screwdriver bits, some drill bits that even have the hex thing on the bottom there, and you've got yourself a screwdriver. Fantastic idea. Do they have a comparable version of this? You go from, let me dig out the next size tools here. When it comes to Leatherman, the things they have that are going to be the keychain multi-tools right now, because this is discontinued. You're going to have these keychain multi-tools that are that size or smaller, and then you're going to have the skeletal. Yeah, I'm talking normal in my apartment, and I don't want to talk too loud and annoy the neighbors. You're just going to have to crank up the volume. I'm going to work on getting a microphone that really picks up my voice, or try to figure out some editing. I'm going to work on that. I like to think I'm the Bob Ross of multi-tools. But like the next tool up, actually I think there's, I forget what it's called, but there's a skeletal version that does not have the pocket clip. It is just this right here, and that is would be comparable to this guy here. I think the most comparable multi-tool that Leatherman has to the discontinued Juice series is going to be the skeletal. The pliers are the same size. The skeletal is a little bit fatter, but the Juice is a little bit longer and a little bit pointier. But this has bit driver capabilities, and this doesn't. But you're going to basically end up in like the wave, the curl, the rebar size, which is a little bit bigger than this, and not as compact as this. I should have grabbed the curl. This is the average sized multi-tool that Leatherman has. For those of you that don't know, Eon has asked if Leatherman has anything comparable to the discontinued Juice series. Because nowadays, most of their multi-tools are going to pop up somewhere on the spectrum like that. They're either going to be tiny little keychain tools, and usually about that big, because most of them don't have the carabiner, or they're going to be like a full-size multi-tool like this. I think the next comparable thing is going to be the Skeletal series. This is another great eBay buy I got. This little guy is awesome. I love this thing. I love it better than the curl. But comparing these one to another, we've got, like you can see, it's a very similar thickness to one another, but it's way bigger. This is way bigger. You're not going to want to put that in your pocket a lot. This is pocketable, but it's on the big end of pocketable. And if you wear sweats or gym shorts or something, this is going to yoink them right down. This would not pull your pants down. It's small, it's compact, it's got a bunch of tools in it. And personally, I do like that Phillips. That is a good looking little Phillips there. As someone who uses Phillips a lot to do stuff, that's a good Phillips. I like that. You can kind of even hold it like that to get a little bit more leverage. I'm going to try to figure out a hack for this. There's got to be something I don't know to do something funky with this that you wouldn't think of, aside from using the Victorinox bit driver in the corkscrew. That just fits so perfectly. But this does have a few more tools than the Skeletal. Skeletal is just pliers, the bit driver / bit storage, bottle opener, carabiner, and knife blade. Talking about knife blades, let's compare the two. Starting to remember where the tools are on this guy. They're very similar in length, but this is definitely going to be the more beater multi-tool. This is going to be the light use multi-tool. And I think this would be good for a lot of food prep. You're carving your hot dogs, your sausage, slicing off some chicken for your pet cat that just won't leave you alone at the dinner table. Right through. Not the cat, the chicken. Don't think about doing that to the cat. The cat's nice, just hungry. But the plier heads, I think, are a good size. Don't get me wrong, I like seeing jumbo plier heads. But I think there's something to say for this particular size plier head that is a little bit smaller. It's not so small that you can't do something with it, but it's not so big that you can't get it into the spot to fix something. Because like this, you try using this on the car, it's just long enough that it ends up getting in the way. Like you just get that little bit of the needle nose too far, you can't get the leverage that you need. This gets in there and gets the job done. And it's always 10 millimeters on the car that gets you. And if you're really dealing with nuts a lot, don't get these. Go with these. I carry these in my pocket all the time. Those get the nuts that these guys won't have. Because the problem with multi-tools, I wish more multi-tool companies would do this, is I'm not the biggest fan of needle nose pliers. I like needle nose, and I like having something long and pointy that gets in tight spaces. You can get stuff out. But most of the time, I'm trying to use this part here. And this gets in the way, even on the short ones, but definitely on the big multi-tools. And so I carry this where I need that bigger opening closer to the front to get in there and do stuff. These are Knipex, excuse me, 8701, 125 millimeter long, made in Germany pliers. These things are freaking awesome. Go check these out. But I wish multi-tool companies would give you an option of snubby plier heads, and I'll go for a little bit off the edge there, like that. That's fine. But I wish they would give you an option between snubby and like the classic needle nose pliers that everyone's used to. Because that would just make things so much better. I know Gerber has a model where they've got stubby plier heads. Yes, everyone needs Knipex. And I say Knipex because that's how the company says it. I've watched their YouTube videos. They say Knipex. It's like that old Rankin and Bass movie, Jack Frost, where the guy had everything with K's. The bad guy had like everything named after K's, and it was like Knizzle, Knight, Knoozle, Knob. I like just throw Knipex in there. Knipex, Knob. It's just a fun movie. But I hate personally, I hate this because I don't like it being dull, but I know it has to be dull because it's on the outside like that and you'd end up cutting yourself. This little saw would be a great fire striker. That thing is absolutely sharp on the back. It's not cutting sharp, but it's like that perfect 90 degrees sharp where it just like scratch and spark. With this holding the Victorinox eyeglass driver, I imagine that it would hold their ferro rod and then the little fire ant tinder bundles that you can buy. So you can have like a camping multi-tool here with the ferro rod and stuff. That'd be cool. I gotta get me one of those fire ant things one day. Need to give those a try. I live in an apartment in the city, so I don't get much opportunity to go out into the woods and do stuff. I grew up living in the woods, and I wish I had all these multi-tools then, because I would have beat them to heck. But here, they get good use, but they don't get that rough outdoor use that I would like to give these. But that's life. In the video that I'll be posting later, I've got already filmed 2 videos on this multi-tool. It just came in like a couple hours ago. This middle guy here, I have soft thumbnails, softer than most, so I can't get some of these tools out like most of you probably can. But this guy right here is an absolute chisel. It's made to be a flathead, but I think that it was a mishap at the factory, and it's basically become a chisel head. You can kind of see how sharp that is. Trying to get the camera to focus. The camera don't want to focus. The camera has ADHD. Need to get it some meds. But for an eBay multi-tool, I am amazed that I found one of these in this good a condition for the price that I did. I don't want to say the price here, but I got a good price on this guy. It throws me off because like this thing is here, that thing is there. It's like some tools are hinged on one side, some tools are hinged on the other. I gotta get used to that. But the eBay seller put up many good pictures of this. I knew that there was like a defect or two in the blade, which like 3 passes over my sharpening stone fixed that right up. There was like a tiny bit of rust built up here and there on the tool, which my wire brushes removed. It was like surface rust. Came right off. But this is a great little multi-tool. I'm about ready to wrap this stream up because my battery's getting low. But this is a compact, small multi-tool. The video is 3 small multi-tools everyone should know. These are the 3 that I'm talking about in this video. And I think if you can get your hands on a discontinued Leatherman juice, get it. There's various models. There's like an emergency one where it's like a full serrated blade. There's like a slimmer one that has like a little few leather tools in there. There's one that has like a few more tools. This is kind of like the high middle of the like 4 or 5 models of juice series that came out. For those that don't know, for the future viewers that maybe skipped and missed it, this is the Juice CS4. For when you go to look this up, this is the CS4 version. The wire cutters on here are quite nice. I like these. And I think it is very comparable to my Power Pint. I love Power Pint. I think I'm going to love the Juice. And poor Victorinox been sitting here quietly the whole time. I don't know. Like you can see where Leatherman tried, like making their version of a Swiss Army knife, but plier based. It's just kind of funky looking. To me, this almost feels like those cheapo ones you'd get in the mall like 15 years ago. I think that might be where the mall ones got their inspiration from. I don't know the time frame that this was made and discontinued. I know this has been discontinued for a couple years now, but it feels like this old mall multi-tools to me. But yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this new addition to my collection. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Future viewers, current viewers, past viewers. I hope you find my stuff somewhat entertaining, somewhat useful. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you catch me in a live stream in the future, feel free to ask questions, even if it's not pertaining to the video that is titled after. Like, you know, I'm talking about multi-tools. If you want to ask about a fixed blade knife or something, go ahead. I'm a bit of a knife geek. I know a lot of the models, but I don't know everything. You might mention something that I don't know. I'll say I don't know it and I'll move on. I'm not going to shit talk you here. Yes, I said the S word. Shoot. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, farewell. Bye-bye.